Hey friends, so welcome to another video. For those of you that are new here, I'm Ella. I am a writer, artist, chronically online, and we do journaling videos here on the YouTube channel, along with videos on books and creative hobbies, essentially living a more creative life. In today's video, we're going to be doing an unboxing and a setup for my Japanese learning notebook. I'm going to start off with an ASMR unboxing, so that'll be like a little ASMR break for you. And then after that, I'll go ahead and jump in with voiceover and I'll go through what that notebook is, why I chose it, and the whole detail, all the details that you need to know. We'll go through it in this video. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you enjoy it, and I'll catch you in the next clip as we change POVs. Hello, so I hope that you enjoyed that little ASMR unboxing. Figured that it would be a nice little addition to the video. As you're seeing here really quickly before I discuss what I bought, I just have a piece of paper that I had written, that I had been practicing on. It is a midori paper from a notepad. So I had purchased that and was practicing on that, and I was just kind of like figuring out if the sizing for the grid was the same, and it was. So what I did end up buying was the Midori B6 Slim notebook, the cover for it that Midori sells, and then I tried my hand at buying the cream correction tape. Most of the time, I don't really feel a need for whiteout, but given that I'm going to be using this as a language learning tool, I wanted to at least have the option of whiting it out if what I wrote was really distracting or had the potential to confuse me. So I went ahead and just purchased that, and I did buy the cream color so that it would match with the paper of the Midori B6 Slim. I don't know if it's just a me thing, but one of my favorite things to do when I get a new notebook is to kind of like flip through it and feel the pages and kind of just like, so much of the journaling experience is about the tactile experience of it. So it's just nice to kind of flip through it, see how it lays. And I had never actually used a Midori notebook at all outside of like, traveler's notebooks. So this was a brand new experience to me. You can see here that I'm showing off the correction tape. It's the cream one. And you can't see it at all in the video. It is like beautifully camouflaged, which I guess is the whole point. But yeah, I had seen Dozy use this at some point before she switched over to the rings. She had been using this for her common placing. I had been practicing in that paper that you saw me kind of like use to measure the grid earlier, and also in some blank pages or some leftover pages in my Hobonichi Techo, and also in the paper test B6. I basically use all of my random notebooks that I'm not currently using or that have blank pages on them, and kind of figure out what I liked best. And I did like that Midori paper pad the most, so that's why I decided to go with the B6 Slim. And I did the B6 Slim because I felt like A5 was too much. It was too big for it. And I wanted something more compact. So I do think that was the right choice. I really like the size of it. And I like that it's not a super thick book as well. That's my issue with the Paper Test B6. It's just too chunky, and I don't like the writing experience of like my hand falling over the side as I'm writing. So yeah, really glad about the sizing. And so, like I mentioned in the intro, in this video, I'm going to be setting up this notebook, which will involve me decorating the covers and the two first inside pages of it. Later on, towards the end of the video, there'll be like another segment of the following day where I talk about some of the things that I'm going to be using during the process of learning Japanese, you know, kind of like books and apps, aside from just this notebook. And here you'll see me using 2 postcards that I got from the Gretel Lusky art book Kickstarter. These were part of the like bonus items that you got for pledging to the Kickstarter, and I had just unboxed this, so it was like in my brain. I am absolutely obsessed with the illustrations on it, so I do end up using that for the front and back cover, and that's kind of like what's going on here. So as I kind of just do stuff with my hands here, I figured I could explain a bit about why I'm starting to learn Japanese and where that comes from, for any of you that are interested. If that's not something that you would be interested in hearing, then feel free to just put some music over this. I'm going to be just doing the setup moving forward, and there will be timestamps, so you can skip ahead if you would rather just go directly to the tools that I'm using. So yeah, a little bit of backstory. Essentially, I started learning Japanese for the first time back in 2013. Actually, I had thought it was only 7 years ago, but then I went looking through my photo archives and managed to find a picture of me learning kana. I think it was hiragana in the picture, and it was dated 2013. So yeah, it's actually been more like 11 years, which is crazy. First of all, what is time? Back then I started learning or trying to learn some Japanese. First of all, because I love language learning, and that hasn't changed. I'm fully bilingual in English and Spanish. Por cierto, saludos a todos ustedes que están viendo este video que son hispanohablantes. Se les quiere mucho. But yeah, during high school, I took some French classes, and then a few years back, I also tried my hand at Korean. I still have all of my Korean books. Love of culture really goes hand in hand with love of languages, and I really have both. So, you know, I've always been really into language learning, but life got in the way, priorities shifted, sometimes things get put on the back burner, and, you know, although I still kind of retained some phrases and some of the kana, most of the Japanese pretty much poured out of my brain. For lack of use. Same with like French. I don't really know much French. I can just say like bonjour, je m'appelle Ella, parlez-vous français, je parle français, je parle anglais. That might be wrong. I don't know what else. Ça va, comme ci comme ça, you know, just like random little bits. I don't know very much. And then Japanese, おはようございます。よろしくお願いします。Let's see, what else? あなたの名前は何ですか？すごい。私はエラです。I don't know, like just random little things. And then I know Spanish. And then do I have any Korean still in my brain? 안녕하세요 and 감사합니다. 네. That's like the only thing. I'm also getting like a stage fright because I'm recording. So that's all that comes to mind. I promise I probably know more things, but that's about it. So what was I saying? So yeah, priorities shifted. So essentially, I'm really starting from scratch at this point with Japanese. And reason I'm starting back up now is that where I live, I made a friend who is actually from Japan. I believe that she's from Okinawa. And I have another friend who's a friend in common who's also learning Japanese. And I would really like to talk to them in it. Additionally, true to my media-loving self, there's like an additional reason of me wanting to read My Hero Academia specifically in the original Japanese so that I can fully like grasp the nuances that aren't being translated properly into English. And disclaimer, I'm not one of those people that disses translation work. I think translation work is really a true art form that can be done beautifully, and it allows media from all around the world to be accessible for those who don't speak the originals, the original media's language. So no dissing on translation work whatsoever. However, you know, good translators are needed for that process, and sometimes, specifically within the manga world, that's not always the case. And so there's a lot of inconsistencies with the translations that's happening with My Hero Academia specifically, and that's one of my favorite forms of media right now. So I would really, really love to read it in the original Japanese so that I can capture all the nuances for it. Additionally, there are a lot of Japanese media that doesn't even get translated into English to begin with, and I really, really love Japanese novels and sort of the feeling that you get with Japanese literature. I don't know if you ever heard that before or you've experienced. There's like a sense of nostalgia within Japanese literature that feels very it calls to my type 4 soul. So the fact that there's a lot of media that doesn't get translated, I would like to have access to that as well. So in terms of like media, that's also one of the reasons why I want to start up with my Japanese learning again. And yeah, lots of reasons, but catalyst really is having that real life real life people around me so I get to practice with them. And obviously that's never 100% necessary nowadays given how many online resources we have, but it's definitely an incentive, and it's definitely my incentive to kind of pick it back up again. So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to say in terms of like what my reasons were, and my sort of experience with language learning, and my miserable attempt to show you that I do in fact know some other languages. Oh, that was horrible, but I'm gonna keep it in so that you guys can have a good laugh. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just put in some music until the next segment where I kind of talk about the tools that I'm gonna be using. I hope that you enjoy the rest of the setup. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions below. I'd love to know if you know any other languages outside of English, or if you are in your own language learning process, and what notebooks you use. Let me know what notebooks you use, please, please, please. I did a lot of research and I got a lot of input from followers over on Instagram because I put out a feeler out there to know what language learning tools they use. And yeah, let me know. Enjoy the little musical segment, and I'll catch you later. Hi! So it's the next day, and so yesterday you would have seen, well, yesterday. Yesterday for me, today for you, same video. Same video for you. Yesterday for me, I set up the, so I would have set up yesterday. Oh my god. So earlier in the video, I did the setup for this baby, which is my Japanese studies notebook that I'm going to be using. I did go ahead and kind of set my intentions for it in the first page, and then I decided that I'm going to use a key, and that's something that I had decided already, but for some odd reason I forgot about it. And so this is going to be the page for the key. I need to set that up as well. And then I received yesterday, or no, I received today this, which is going to be some notebooks that I bought. These are essentially not notebooks, journals, workbooks. These are essentially for elementary school kids in Japan. But I got them. I had seen a video that someone else used these type of notebooks for, okay, here we go. So this is 1, 2, and 3 for kanji. And so eventually I'll get that as well. But this is for the alphabet. So I'm really excited to use them. Although these might be for kanji as well, actually, now that I'm looking at them. I was like almost certain I got the ones for hiragana. Okay, so these are the ones for hiragana. Yeah, there we go. I'm so certain I got the ones for hiragana. There we go. So these are the ones for, this is for hiragana. I'm guessing this is kanji then. And then this must be katakana. Nope, also hiragana. Nope, there we go, katakana. So katakana and hiragana. This is not a, like, I know Japanese channel. I am starting off because I studied Japanese maybe 8 years ago. I didn't get very far. I think I made it to N5, but it's been like 8 years. So I don't remember a lot of it. So yeah, I'm excited to kind of work on this. I do think this is kanji though. I mean, not, yeah, kanji. I do think this is like kanji. But obviously, since I don't know Japanese yet, I don't know what these say. I can kind of tell from the letters, but I cannot read the instructions. Anyways, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to go through these. They are meant to be for kids, but, you know, technically, this is what they would use to teach elementary school kids Japanese. So it's perfect because I know less than an elementary school child in Japanese. So I'm really excited to use these in conjunction with this, and I'm using an ebook. Let me look for my iPad so I can show you. Never mind, it's out of battery, but I believe I'm using Zero to Japanese is the one that I'm using just to get started. So I'm doing that, and then apps I'm using Bunpo. I'm using Mochikanji. No, not Mochikanji. Mochikana. And I'm using Write Japanese. And then obviously Quizlet, which I've been using forever, and Todai, Easy Japanese, which is like a news application. So that's kind of like what I'm using. So I'm gonna set up the key, or actually I might not set up the key today because I have to decide on the colors. I'll probably just end up using colors similar to what I use in my media log, just so that I can reuse the dots. Yeah, I might do that, so I don't have to get new color dots or create new color dots. Okay. So actually, I decided I'm gonna do my key on an index card that I already have. I like doing keys on index cards or something that I can take in and out so that I can do just that, put it in and out, and then I'll just tuck it in the little flap here. So I am gonna use my media journal dots. Sorry, I have a picture of my friends there and I don't want to show them for anonymity purpose. Privacy purposes. Okay, so let's see here. What do we got? Ooh, but I do like this one. You know what? I'm just gonna... Dang. I think I'm gonna use these. Yeah. Okay. Oh, man, but the reason I made these was so that they matched. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? So I need one for vocab. I need one for letters, right? So we need a dot for vocabulary, grammar, kana or alphabet, that's it, right? I guess like diary, because eventually I'll want to like do diary and I want to keep it in the same one. I think that's it for now. I mean, I can always add to it, you know? It's not like it's written in stone. I don't really want to use this because it's going to bleed. Let's see. I'll have to make new stickers anyways because so blue, brown, green, I'll have to make new stickers anyways because these are too small, and what I want to do use them for is for the side. I had watched Bronte in her commonplacing, or in her cousin, I can't remember in which book exactly she does it, but instead of indexing on the inside column, well, she might do it in the inside as well, but she had been kind of like bending over the tag and putting it in the corner. And actually I do that as well in another one of my notebooks, but it's too far away right now. And so that's what I want to do, but these are too small for that, so I'd need to make bigger ones anyways. So okay, I'll have to make them anyways, so I won't decide on the colors just yet. So we gotta do vocabulary, we gotta do grammar, we'll do kana or alphabet, diary, and then I guess I'll do numbers as well, because I know that the numbering system's going to take me a few pages. Okay, and then I can just go ahead and do that. I did go ahead and painstakingly number all the pages. If you know me, you know that I number all of my pages on my notebooks. I do it all the time. So like, for example, this is my media journal. I did that, and I did it. Have I done it for this one yet? No, so I have to go in and number the New Life archives. But I do enjoy numbering. So that's something that I did yesterday off camera because it would have taken me forever, and you don't want to see the same thing. How many pages did I number? I numbered 174 pages. So it's just me flipping through them. It's just numbering. So I didn't record that. Okay, cool. So then that goes in here. And I will print out the dots. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess I could get started on this page if I wanted to. Tell me, do you feel weird starting on the right page? Sometimes it feels weird for me to start on a right page. Like, to me, right pages are title pages. I don't know if that makes sense, but like here, for example, in the Life archives, see how I use the right page as a title page, and then like I start the week on a left. I don't know why it feels to me better to have, like to have Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. But does anyone else have that feeling? Or is that just a me thing? I'm sure it's not just a me thing. You know, I'm not that special. But yeah, that is, I think, gonna be it for this particular video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.